Okay. So, we were speaking earlier in the classes about men being a mashpia, so someone who gives, and women being mekabel, someone who receives, right? Obviously, like it's not that women do not give and men do not receive, because first of all, the man being 100% a giver and the woman being 100% a receiver were true only for Adam and Chava. From the moment they became one and they procreated, there was a mix of feminine and masculine energy within all of us. And therefore, we now are both receiver and givers at different moments during the day. And sometimes even like in one same moment, we could be a giver and a receiver. We're going to see that. But let's say that man needs to feel, he feels in his place when he gives. And women need to receive somehow, like it's something that touches to the deep essence of the person. Now, I want to ask you a question. Is it easy for you to receive? No. Really? No, yeah. For a Moroccan woman to, okay. Is it to be a receiver? Is it something that is easy or not? It's very hard, right? And it's interesting because you think it's pretty easy. Yeah, okay, it's good. Baruch Hashem.
It makes you feel like you're being put in a position of, there's so many different reasons why.
Exactly. And so basically, as you said, Chava, when you receive something, first, it makes you realize that you're not in control of the situation. Control. Okay. Second, it doesn't always go with your plans, what you receive. For instance, like last week, my husband for Mother's Day told me, oh, I'm going to buy you a pair of shoes. And the week before, because it had been like a few weeks that I keep on telling him, oh, I got rid of some shoes that were very old. I have to buy new shoes. I have to buy new shoes. I have to buy new shoes. And then I received like a coupon, like for 50% off in Schutz. No, Schutz, wasn't it? Schultz. So I said, you know what, I'm going to look. And I bought myself two pair of shoes. One of them is over there. Very nice. Okay. And so when he told me like, we are going to buy you a pair of shoes, I'm like, no need, because I already have one, right? But I said, the poor guy, like he's giving me something. I'm not going to say I don't need it, right? So I said, okay. And he said, I think I learned something from you. Yeah. That you like to choose with me. I would like you to choose with me so that we pick together something. That's 20 years of marriage. Baruch Hashem. So that's nice. So we picked a shoe that I liked, and it was a sports shoe, so very different from what I had bought. And I'm very excited. I don't have it yet, but Bezrat Hashem, I will have it. So it doesn't always go with your plans, because you receive something, but you don't decide what you're going to receive, right? Then another thing is that when you receive, you also recognize, it makes you recognize that you depend on someone. So for a woman, somehow those different points makes it difficult to receive.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
Because maybe I'm thinking of it in a different way. If you're receiving, I don't know, in the sense of a gift, or let's put that aside because that, okay, it's a gift, but help, I don't know, to carry a box. I don't depend on you. I can pick it up myself too. But the fact that you're helping me, it's thank
It's
you.
nice,
It's
exactly.
It's a nice, it's a nice gesture, but I don't see it as like, oh, I depend on you to pick up the
Exactly.
box or to close the door for me. I can close the door myself,
But you appreciate. But you have that feminine part that you like to receive. Not everybody likes it. And for a lot of women, it's somehow like stressful, or recognizing a weak part in themselves, and they don't really always like that. Chava.
I'll share a story actually about it.
Okay.
We went to the beach where they have like the beach chairs. And when we went there, like I already was like, oh yeah, I was like, oh, I'll take those two chairs or whatever. My husband's like, I'm right here. Like, why are you telling them? I'll tell them. Like, I want to be able to tell them. Like, why are you rushing to tell them? Like, doesn't make a difference, but he felt like I took that away from him. And I like jumped into to be the giver, so to speak, not the receiver. And he wanted to feel like he was taking care of it, and I didn't even give him a chance. And he like,
Exactly.
he
It's
pointed
very,
it out.
So, yeah.
Yes.
but it's very important. We were speaking about that in the event of Pua last week. But somehow for a man to feel he's a giver is something that makes him feel good about himself. Because instinctively he has that need to be the giver, to be the problem solver, to help, to be the one who protects, to be the one who provides. It's not something that is linked to the ego. It's something that is linked to his essence. And so this is why like it's very important to also make space for that. And today what I would like to start working on is the idea that we have to learn how to give what the other one needs to receive. Because yes, we are givers, women, we are givers, we give love, we make food, we give of ourselves,
We're
take,
we're nurturers.
we're
We're
nurturers.
nurturers. I think our giving is nurturing.
Exactly.
It's a different kind of give, but
Exactly, but we should nurture in a way that is beneficial to the receiver. And we're going to discuss about that. The Gemara tells us a very funny, for me, it was funny to hear that the first time at least, saying, it says that the desire of the cow to milk her calf is way stronger than the need of the calf to be fed. Which means, basically, when a mother gives, she gives because it's good to give, because it makes her feel good to give. And Jewish moms, we know that, right? I've been fed, and we've all been fed by grandmas who were pulling the spoon into our mouth. Eat, mange, ma fille, mange, eat. You're okay. It was a way to say, I'm giving you my love. I'm showing you that I love you, right? But the truth is that did we need to receive that much? Not necessarily. And why is it problematic? Because sometimes when we give, let's say, for instance, that we are a perfectionist and we work, we are an attorney, okay? And every Shabbat, we want to host people, right? But we're working as an attorney, we're a mom, we're a wife, and now we're going to be a hostess. And obviously, when we host, because we come with hundreds of years of history of what a Jewish Shabbat table should be like, so we're not going to make just one or two salads and one piece of meat. We're going to make a few salads, 20 salads, and the fish, and the meat, and the desserts, and the bread, right? That's beautiful. That's so amazing. That's what our grandmas used to do. That's what maybe our mothers used to do. But then, how are we going to stand at the table, at the Shabbat table? Are we going to be happy? Are we going to be energetic? Are we going to be giving the idea to our kids that Shabbat is an oneg, that it's a pleasurable moment? Or are we going to be with the head of Tisha B'Av because we're so tired and so exhausted because we gave everything to that cooking and all our energy is gone, and now we're sitting there, but we're not really sitting there. We just wish for those guests who never go away to leave so we can go and rest. It all depends. Giving is definitely beautiful, but if the gift causes you to not give the essential part of yourself, which is to be the torch bearer of centuries of Judaism, right? If you end up giving your kids the impression that Shabbat is such a hustle, then why doing that? Put 4 salads on the table, a little bit of couscous, meatballs, and that's it. And buy a cake. And if you're happy, your kids and your husband will be happy, right? So it's just a matter of knowing what they need to receive, right? And asking them, listen, I had a very busy week this week, And I feel like if I make the same Shabbat that I usually do, like I'm going to be exhausted and I might be on my nerves. Would you rather me focusing on the salads or buying cakes or buying the salads or just doing something very simple, right? Like something easy to do, like a chicken soup or something like that, and everybody's happy, but we're going to enjoy. Let's ask the receivers what they need to receive so that we don't give thinking, what, I sacrificed myself for that or for them, and they don't even appreciate. But the truth is that if they don't ask for that, why would they appreciate? They never asked for 20 salads. They asked maybe for 2 or 3 salads that they love, right? So it's always interesting to think, I'm giving, but why am I giving? And why is it so important? Because the woman, the wife, is called bait in the Torah, the home, right? Why? Because first she is the one who makes the home. You have a house, you put a woman inside and she makes it a home. But she's the one who gives the temperature, the energy in the house. I like to imagine or to refer to ourselves as thermostats, not thermometers. You know the difference between the two? The thermostat takes the temperature and doesn't do anything about it. The thermometer takes the temperature and doesn't do anything about it. But the thermostat, it takes the temperature and it will cool it or raise the heat, right? We do that in our home. We know how to temper those who are super excited. We know how to bring calm. We know how to, on the contrary, like bring excitement. We are the one who create that energy in the house. We are also the one who bring the spirituality in the house. That's why we're lighting the candles of Shabbat. Priority, the women should do that, right? Men, if there is no woman, a man should do that also. But if there is his wife or his mother or his sister who is a bat mitzvah, she should do it. Because we are the one to bring that energy. But what if I'm only a giver and I don't have anything else to bring because I'm too tired? Then I won't be able to be that bait, to create that home. So it's super important. The Torah teaches us that it's very important to take care of oneself when we are a woman, not to be selfish only, but to really take into consideration that if we are a nurturer, we have to first fill up our cup, because we cannot pour from an empty cup. And so it's very important to know what fills your cup. Walking on the beach in the morning, having moments with your friends, being alone with your husband, eating a good meal for lunch, and having some snacks ready in case you're hungry. Whatever it is that fills your cup, you have to integrate it in your daily routine, because it's so important in order to be that bait for your family. Rabbi Lemel, who is a French rabbi, once told us a story about a therapist who was the mother of a large family, and she would come home every evening around 6:30. The nanny had taken care of the kids from school and made them something to eat and everything. Not made them, but reheated something to eat for the kids to eat. And when the mom would come back home, she would call the nanny on the way and tell her, okay, can you put the kids in the living room? I'm coming home. Then she would enter the house, go straight in the kitchen, lock the door, eat. And then 10 minutes after, she would open the door and say, my loves, how are you? How was your day? I'm so happy to be with you. Let's go and do the homework together. Da, 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 da. He said, what do you think about this lady?
I did that. I would go to a restaurant, eat something, and then go home so that I can be ready for them.
Exactly. So this lady was his wife. And he said, she has 7 kids. She has a very tough day taking care of patients. She needs to fill her cup before she's available for them. Because if she does not, then she will not be the mom she wants to be, right? So it's very important to consider, what do I need in order to be able to give them what they need. And because we are going to start with Rabbi Abitbol very soon, I just want to drop a little food for thought. Our husband need to they need to be givers, right? And we also like to give because we are in control when we give, okay? The most beautiful gift we can give is for them to become givers. This is our gift to them. So it's not only letting go, it's being able to give them that space for them to give. Arriving at the beach and looking at him and say, my love, I would love those 2 mattresses, those 2 beds. Somehow, we have to step out in order to let them step in. But this is the most beautiful gift we can give them. Baruch Hashem.